And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Solaris, we have our South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. His relatively new team, it is Cure. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Terran player, the red Terran, the South Korean Terran representing Mystery Gaming. It is Bunny. We go. And we saw pretty dynamic TvT already, and I mean, that's what we can really get, especially when we get into the mid-game. TvT can be a beautiful sight, and we have yet to really embrace Cyclone versus Cyclone. Oliveira was massing Cyclones earlier, and oh, let's go, as we are going for a proxy Rax. Now, this is not the most committed build from Cure. We have one Rax back at home, one Rax proxy, so it's going to be 2 Rax Reaper here from Cure, and with this, he can apply some pressure. He could gain quite an advantage, especially if Bunny goes for an economic opener, which it looks like is going to be the case. So, okay, Bunny is going for a Rax expand, single gas opener, which means he's going for a CC before factory. Without the factory, no Hellions, no Cyclones. It's going to be delayed Hellion, delayed Cyclone production. There is a window where Cure will have a Reaper lead, and if he can get on top of the factory and kill the SCV before the factory finishes, Cure could end the game. He could just end the game here. It's going to be close. I mean, boys are going to have to be pulled. We're going to have to pull a couple of SCVs. We'll see what Cure can get done. CC is on the way. Reapers are going to be amassing. We're moving out. As Bunny likewise moves out with his first Reaper. And will he scout? Up! He will not. He checks the right-hand side, but he doesn't go far enough, and he will not get eyes on the Rax. He's checking the left instead, making sure he's safe and sound. Factory is on the way. It's almost halfway done. And Cure, he does end up bypassing that Reaper, goes for the natural base, gets a Marine, gets the Reaper. Reaper is gonna be going down. Ay, trading out beautifully here, Cure is. He takes down the Reaper, takes down the building SCV. Factory still on the way. And we're getting out of hand. We're getting out of control. Does bleed out a Reaper. But this is already good damage here by Cure. He doesn't stop the factory. It will finish, but he's done damage. Gets into the main base. Going for more damage. Going for more SCVs. Getting more lost mining time. As we are now up to 3 Reapers. The Marine goes down. Hellion is still on the way. Don't like this. And this is becoming game ending. That is 3 more workers going down. Natural base is still not done, and we should be rotating over. Hellion has arrived. Okay, we should finish the natural base. Back at home, Cure is expanding. He's waiting for his Reapers to just regenerate their HP. Generate their health. Natural is done. Now 2 Hellions. Ooh, big volleys going off. Reapers are getting roasted. 1 Reaper goes down. That was still a good trade for Cure. He has lost 2 Reapers so far for 5 SCVs. Reapers, Marines, Hellions. The delay here on the natural base. Lost mining time as well. Oh, and now he's got Hellions of his own. Cure just rallying across the map, not slowing down. Finally, he does lift up his Rax. Going for some high ground vision. Oh, he's going in. Gets another Hellion. Uh-oh. Gets another Hellion. Gets a second as well. And Cure, he breaks through the defensive line. Breaks through the army. And it looks like the Cyclone is going to come out just in time. But we're still losing. We're still bleeding out so many workers. The Reapers are surrounded. They get the Cyclone. No shot. They get a kill on the Cyclone. And there's nothing here. There's nothing. There's only workers. There's only SCVs. Oh my god. This has gone from bad to worse. As again, this build wasn't necessarily meant to kill his opponent, but it is. Here he's killing Bunny. 11 SCVs go down. A Cyclone has arrived. And Curie has control of the production. He's just camping the production over and over again. Nice juggling, but GG gets called and Cure takes game number 1. GG. GG, well played. A solid game there at a Cure. Again, this 2-Rax build wasn't meant to kill. It was meant to get some damage done and give him a slight lead, but things just snowballed out of control. Really good job of Cure to just pounce on those units. He just dove on top of the Marines, the Reapers, the Hellions, the Cyclones. Just whenever a unit popped out, he would just dive on top of it immediately, make sure that Bunny was not able to muster up and build up an army at all. He was just picked apart. And just like that, Cure takes a lead in the series. Does take a lead, and now we're getting into game number 2 on hard lead. Interesting. I believe this is going to be the first time we're playing on hard lead the entire day. It's a map that we have since avoided in the previous matchups. I'm excited to get into it. And here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner of hard lead. We have our South Korean and Terran player, the blue Terran representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0, popping off hard in that game number 1. Ooh, can he close it out, or will he be forced into the ace match? It is Cure. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran player, the red Terran representing Mystery Gaming. Having a really rough early game in game 1. Hopefully we can bounce back. Hopefully we can force the ace match. It is Bunny. We're doing it again. Let's go. This time we're going for a proxy 2-Rax. Last game it wasn't as committed. Remember, last game it was 1-Rax proxied, 1-Rax back at home. This time we may as well proxy both Raxes. This is going to hit harder. This is going to be more committed. Thankfully, Bunny is going for a double gas opener. So, if you remember, another reason why it was so successful last game is because Bunny went for a Rax expand, and the expansion didn't help whatsoever in the defense. This time, Bunny with a double gas opener gets into a faster factory, faster Hellion production, will have a faster and stronger army early on. It is a safer way to open up. And on hard lead, it makes sense. Hard lead has the shortest rush distance by ground in the entire map pool. So you want to be playing safe or aggressively as well. Cure, he's massing up Reapers. Now, what is scary is that this will hit faster. This build from Cure hits faster, so we can still deny the factory. We need to finish this factory. If we do not, it's going to be over. Likewise, Bunny hasn't SCV scouted. He hasn't seen what's going on. If he did, he would have pulled the SCVs prematurely, and the Reaper is actually going to scout. Reaper does move out. Bunny going to be checking here up the ramp. Oh, does get shot first. Cure getting a lot of hits already. Does get a lot of hits in. Boys are being pulled. Factory is on the way. You can see Cure trying to delay it. Second Reaper has arrived. Factory, it looks like it's going to finish. Up! It's going to be close. Does finish in time. Does kill the SCV 1 second too late. Hellion is on the way. We get 2 SCV kills so far. Oh. Ooh, and Cure, he saves the Reaper. Oh no, I spoke too soon as he does bleed out one of them. Does overextend, and Curie's transitioning. Factory's on the way. Bunny, he's holding. He has held. He has a Hellion. He has a Reaper. Has Marines. Has the high ground. Cyclones in production. Bunny has weathered the storm. And again, thankfully, Bunny did go for the double gas opener. Did allow him to get this defense up and running. We survived. We have survived. We can sink our teeth into game number 2. As we have a Bunny getting into a CC on the high ground, very safe command center. Makes sense because he does not have map control. Meanwhile, Cure going for a CC on the low ground because he has map control. Here we go. So the game is going to be stabilizing from here. Both players are working towards their starports. This should be for medevac production and for drop play. Oh, as Bunny is going into a very fast tank, by the way. I just did realize that is a tech lab on the factory. Really early tank production. Meanwhile, Cure is amassing Cyclones. Medevac is on the way for that drop, as we did mention. Likewise, Medevac on the way for Cure. So both players are going to be active with their drops. But again, Bunny is foregoing Cyclones in favor of tank production, as the first tank has arrived. Frank's going to be taking a lot of damage. Army is moving out. Okay, we have Reapers on one side. We have double Cyclone on the right-hand side. Bunny going for a faster TC. A very defensive style here. Very turtley style out of Bunny. No, he's pushing with his tanks. Uh-oh. I assumed he was going to be setting up defensively to protect this third base, but no, he's moving out. Does decide to move out instead. At the same time, here come the Cyclones. Cyclones into the main base. There's not much at home to defend. SCVs are going down, and Bunny, he's committed. There's no turning back. Not anymore. We delay the third base. We camp the production. SCVs are going down. 5 workers were on one base. The tanks have arrived, and Bunny has to make this worth it. Does have to make this worth it here, as he's getting a lot of damage on the CC. Can we lift? The CC is so low, he does stim on forward, and that's going to be a kill on the natural base. Cure down to 1 base economy as well. 1 base versus 1 base. The boys are being pulled. It looks like we're breaking through. Cure, he does go to the distance, gets on top of the tank. The tanks go down. Cure, he does defend. Meanwhile, across the map, looks like we lost our Cyclones. Bunny likewise also defends. And this is getting quite rowdy here. Okay, so Bunny, he's up on bases. He has a natural, he has a main, he can produce 2 workers at a time. That is true. Looking at the armies, he did lose his tanks. He's rebuilding, trying to get his first tank up and running now. Cure is going for a big push. And the tank isn't ready. Uh-oh. Tank is not ready. Stim isn't done. Well, Stim isn't here either. Vanilla Marines to defend. Bunny trying to hold on. Auto turret gets thrown down. The Marines go down. The auto turret adding so much DPS. Cure, he's broken the natural. Boys are being pulled. Where is the tank? It just now pops out. But it may just be too late because it is exposed. It's all we have. Tank shot goes off. Cure re-establishing his natural. Up in workers. Do we have a disable? We do! We have the disable! Boys are being pulled! Not like this, and so much economic damage being done. We have a 4th Cyclone. The Mad Cyclone breaks on through, and it looks like Cure, he has done it. He has broken Bunny. The tank falls. The Marines get picked off. There's nothing left. We have 1 more tank here in the main base. But we dive on it. And Cure will take the series here. 2-0, taking down Bunny. GG. GG, well played. A very aggressive style here out of Cure. Game 1 going for a singular proxy racks, a 2 racks opener. Game 2 going for proxy 2 racks. What I will say is that this time Bunny had a much cleaner, a much stronger start to the game as he defended against the proxy 2 racks. The follow-up was so risky though. Again, remember, Bunny, he opened up 3 CC with early tank production, and he went for a tank drop across the map. He was crazy. Went for a tank drop. There was nothing back at home, so his own economy was also crippled as he was doing damage across the map. So the game got really chaotic. It turned into a slugfest there towards the end. And in the end there, because Cure was amassing Cyclones, he did overwhelm his opponent tanks. They're expensive, they take a long time to make, and we saw how long it took for 1 tank to pop out. By the time the tank arrived, the Grand Army had fallen. By the time it arrived, we had nothing left at the natural. Bunny just couldn't keep up with the production of Cure. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Cure. As Bunny has been struggling. Bunny, he took down Shin in a TvZ, but he fell to both Oliveira and Cure in the TvTs. Bunny having a hard time here in the group stage, at least in the TvT matchup. But now we can take a break from the Terran versus Terran, and we are getting into something different. We're going to be featuring the rest of the races here in StarCraft, a ZVP between Shin and Stats. Here we go, the final series of the broadcast.